The helicopter CDS Bipin Rawat was in. The helicopter that crashed, killing the Chief of Defense Staff and others, was an Mi-17 V5 from Russia. A look at its features and capabilities, its acquisition by the IAF, and previous mishaps it has been involved in. The Indian Air Force helicopter that crashed on Wednesday with Chief of Defense Staff General Bipin Rawat and others on board belonged to the 109 helicopter unit based out of Sulur Air Base in Tamil Nadu. It was an Mi-17 V5 variant, which is one of the latest versions of the Russian-made military transport helicopter available around the world. It belongs to the Mi-817 family of military helicopters. It has a digital flight data recorder and a cockpit voice recorder on board to monitor flight parameters and cockpit conversations respectively. What it contains. As per open source information accessed based on the tail number of the helicopter that crashed with Rawat on board, this one was part of the first 2008 contract for 80 Mi-17 V5 medium lift helicopters. According to aviation expert Angad Singh, the order was later expanded to 150 helicopters that were assembled at the 3 repair depot Chandigarh. This particular helicopter has many variants including a 36-seat, one for carrying troops, another for carrying cargo transport, and one equipped with emergency flotation system. A 3-member flight crew including pilot, co-pilot and flight engineer fly the helicopter along with a load master. The Mi-17 V5 is one of the most modern modifications of the Mi-817 helicopter series of Russian origin. The twin-engine single-rotor scheme helicopter with a tail rotor has an advanced performance design with a dolphin-type nose, an additional starboard sliding door and a port side widened sliding door. The Mi-17 V5 can carry equipment inside the cargo cabin or an external sling, drop tactical air assault teams and carry the wounded. The armament systems that can be put on the helicopter included unguided rockets, 23 mm cannons and 250 rounds each. It can also be equipped with self-defense system against heat seeker missiles along with a heavily armored cockpit and other features for enhanced survivability. The navigation and electronics display system is on a glass cockpit and shows the helicopter's present position, an electronic terrain map and flight route. In-flight route reprogramming, details of multifunctioning of helicopter systems, flight information storage, onboard data processing. The helicopter has the capability to land on unprepared sites at night and in adverse weather conditions. The manufacturer Kazan Helicopters claims the helicopter has the ability to land on even on a single engine configuration in an emergency. Mi-17 V5 has a maximum speed of 250 km per hour and a cruise speed of 230 km per hour. It has a service ceiling of 6,000 meters and the flight range with its main fuel tanks is 675 km. With 2 auxiliary fuel tanks, it can fly up to 1180 km. It can carry a maximum payload of 4000 kg. The maximum takeoff weight of the helicopter is 13,000 kg. The Indian fleet. The Indian government had awarded a contract to the Russian manufacturers for 80 Mi-17 V5 helicopters to begin with in 2008 at a cost of $1.3 billion. Delivery began in 2013. The final batch of helicopters was delivered to the Indian Air Force in 2018. The IF has set up a repair and overhaul facility for its Mi-17 V5 helicopters at 3 base repair depot in Chandigarh. This facility was inaugurated in Chandigarh in 2019. The helicopter, which can be used for both transport personnel and cargo, is the mainstay of the Indian Air Force medium lift helicopter fleet although a fairly new addition with less than 10 years in service in the IAF. The helicopters are considered among the most advanced and are not prone to accidents. However, in recent years, they have had a few close saves. The last crash was reported less than a month ago on November 18 when an Mi-17 V5 crashed in eastern Arunachal Pradesh due to a technical snag. All on board were, however, safe. In February 2019, when India and Pakistan were involved in a dogfight after the airstrikes at Balakot by the Indian Air Force, an Mi-17 helicopter of the Indian Air Force, which had taken off from Srinagar, was gunned down in a friendly fire, killing 6 airmen on board. Former Air Chief Marshal R.K. S. Vadoria called it a big mistake and said action had been initiated against 2 IAF personnel. Apart from India, it is used by the air forces of nearly 50 countries, including Russia and Iraq, and is also part of the erstwhile Afghan Air Force. When aircraft with armed forces officers crashed, February 1952, an IAF Devon aircraft carrying several high-ranking military officers including 2 future army chiefs crashed while flying from Lucknow to Delhi. There were no fatalities. Those on board included Lieutenant General S.M. Srinages and Major General K.S. Thimaya. Besides, Major General S.P.P. Throat, Major General Sardanand Singh and Brig Ajaib Singh. November 1963, an Alloy 3 helicopter of the IAF crashed near Poonch in Jammu and Kashmir, killing then Western Army Commander Lieutenant General Daulat Singh, GOC 15 Corps Lieutenant General Vikram Singh, GOC 25 Infantry Division Major General NKD Nanavati, AOC in C Western Air Command, Air Vice Chief Marshal Erlich Pinto, Commander 93 Infantry Brigadier S.R. Oberoi, and the pilot flight Lieutenant S.S. Sodhi. May 1993, an IAF Mi-17 helicopter crashed in Bhutan. 8 killed, including the then GOC in C Eastern Army Commander Lieutenant General Jamil Mahmood and his wife and his military assistant. November 1997, a Cheetah helicopter of the army crashed in Arunachal Pradesh, killing Union Minister of State for Defense NVN Somu, Major General Ramesh Nagpal and 2 pilots, both majors. January 2001, Brigadier Raman Sehgal and 5 others were killed when an army helicopter crashed near Vaishno Devi Shrine. October 2019, an army helicopter with the then Northern Army Commander Lieutenant General Ranveer Singh crashed near Poonch shortly after takeoff. The occupant suffered injuries. Thank you.